I've seen enough things to lose hope. And here I am still going. I am even stronger now.
So it's just typical that the first day I decide to make a video on this channel is when the weather is piss poor outside and the van we have in recently has had a dink on it, which is always brilliant. But welcome to the new channel. I'm Jack, I drive this van, multiple vans. I don't own one, obviously it's just a company van, it's whatever van I end up with. And this channel is basically just me going about my day in the ASDA vans. So first things first, we're going to run through our shield checks. We're going to make sure our van is in working order and is safe to drive. We'll load up, check our run sheet and get out. So not much more left to say than that, apart from let's get to it.
A day will become just nothing at all.
So I've got all the ambient ready to load. So I'm going to whack the ambient on, then I'm going to whack the chilled, and then I'm going to whack the frozen and see where we are with time from there. And hopefully, it shouldn't take too long. It's not a big run today, it's only about 3 hours long. Normally I do full days, so that's normally like a 6.5 hour sort of outage time. Today's much shorter and much more local. So let's get to it. So we're all loaded, as you can see behind me. We're out at about 6 o'clock, so about an hour's time. It's a late one today, it's not really an early one. Like I say, it's only about 3 hours worth of driving. It's normally about 6.5, but let's wait, let's help around the store until it closes and obviously see where we're at. So just setting off now, off to our first delivery. It's on one of the main streets in the town, so hopefully parking should be alright, but we'll find out when we get there. So let's just see how it goes.
The more that I've done, the less I've become. I just live forever within our souls. So do it right now, and life will go on. A day will become just nothing at all.
So I've just arrived at our first delivery of the day. Let's go get this done. I won't be recording every delivery, of course, and where I am, obviously can't see where I am. Around the town centre, I've got a couple more in the town centre, and I'll get back to you when we're driving out of the town on a nice country lanes. So let's get to it. So I've just completed our first delivery of the day. It was 4 toasts, condensed it into 2. It's always good to condense. So let's get on to the next one. That's our second delivery done. Now I've got a couple of minutes until I can do the next delivery. Obviously I can't stay where I am on the main road right now. We can't be more than 19 minutes late or else we get penalised for it. I like to give it about 15 minutes late as the earliest I arrive. So we've got a couple minutes, so let's get to it.
I've seen enough things to lose hope. And here I am still going. I am even stronger now.
So that's our 4th delivery done. Now we've got a nice little 10-minute drive. It's quite a short one once again. but we've got some country lanes to go down to get to our next address. So we've done 4. We have 12 on our sheet today. Normally have about 20. And if you've got a split run, you normally have about 10 on the first, 10 on the second. It's rarely any more than 20 normally, but normally that takes 6.5 hours. So we've done our first 4 in about 40 minutes, taking it nice and gentle really, as we're supposed to, keep into our time frames. So without further ado, let's get to our next location. So I made it to our next address in the countryside now, as you can see. I got 3 totes at this address, so we're going to scan them off and go deliver them to the customer. So at the moment I do this as my main part-time job whilst I'm like at university and stuff like that, and I absolutely love it. I've worked in stores for at least the past 4 years, and getting out driving has really kind of made me think about other sort of opportunities and other things I can do, which is why at the moment I'm currently trying to undergo my HGV license and stuff like that. I really like to drive some of the larger vehicles, and I've seen channels on YouTube as well, which is kind of inspired me to start this little one about driving around in a little ASDA van and stuff like that. And maybe one day I can have a bigger HGV. Hell, it could even be the ASDA one for all I know, but we'll see. Anyway, we're going to continue now. We're going to go to our next delivery. We're on number 6, so we are almost halfway through our nice short run. I need to conserve my camera's battery, so because my camera is my phone, and I do fancy going to the gym after this run today. So let's continue, and I'll be back with you shortly. So I don't know if anybody else has ever worked as an ASDA delivery driver that's watching this. If you have, in the comments, tell me what you thought about it. Tell me if you currently work there, how you feel. I really enjoy it as a part-time thing. As long as you've got good store management, I think, and a decent delivery route. Yeah, the weather obviously can make a massive difference, but honestly, I think it's really good. And the customers as well. I've always had a decent experience with them. Obviously, I think it all boils down to if you've got traffic on the day and your customers and how you feel end up. But obviously, happy smiles all around, and so far so good today. So let's keep it up for our last 5 or 4 deliveries now, looking at the run sheet. We're getting down them nice and quickly, and I think we'll be able to clock out sooner than we think. So yeah, let's get back to it. So we've got a bit of spilt milk in this one. Maybe I should just give it to the cat. So we are back in the town now. I don't know if you've got any Ocado or Morrison's drivers watching, or any other food delivery company that's like a supermarket. How far do you guys drive distance wise from your like hub? Because we only deliver about 20 miles in either direction from where I am, my ASDA, which is quite nice. It's like normally a 35-minute direction either way drive. It's not normally too bad, especially on good weather days. Glad the weather's held up today. It's not raining like it was when I started, which is always good. We did just have a cat trying to climb in the van where all the food was. I think here's a clip here of it, obviously away from the van, but I had some milk spilt in the van, so should have given it to the cat really. But we'll be at the next address very shortly. We've got the last 2 deliveries now. We'll get back, refuel the van, unload, and get set for whoever's on tomorrow. So sounds good to me. one more to go. So that is our last delivery done of the night. We just need to find somewhere to turn around now because this is a dead end. It's quite tight as well down here. But hopefully this looks like plenty of room to turn around down the bottom. Turn around with no issues and we can get back to the store, unload and call it a night, I think. So we're back, it's time to unload the van. So now before we leave, we just make sure to turn off the fridge and the freezer. Make sure the entire cab's empty, nothing left inside, and we're good to go. So yeah, I really think this is a good place to kind of end this video. The first video on the channel of, well, just a welcome. If you want to stick around, feel free to hit that subscribe, and you know, I'll try and make a video a week if anything interesting happens. Obviously, your day-to-day going about deliveries is always kind of very similar, if not the same, but you know, you get to know your customers, you get some incidents happen on the road and whatnot, and some tricky roads to navigate. And this isn't a very big van, you know, it's definitely not that big, not very tall, so bridges and stuff aren't really a problem, but some country lanes the sat nav decides to take you down. The van is as wide as the lanes, so that makes for an interesting time. But anyway, enjoy what you're doing. I'll see you soon, hopefully in the next video.